Okay. All right. All right, my lovelies. I'm so sorry that I'm still messing with this. However, we're going to choose a deck. You're going to choose between the blue one here. I have a lot of them set up. And it's more important that I do a proper reading for you than anything else. So for you guys over here, I am live in more than one place. So please have patience with me. Know that everything I'm doing right now is going to be out of love. Have patience for me. It's 100% free. Anybody who would like to give a donation, you're more than welcome to, and it would be appreciated. However, it is not required. I am live right now in my private group, live initially in the YouTube, second in my private group, and then here in the TikTok. Okay, here in the TikTok. See, TikTok, you don't stop. Okay, just put in my little play jewelry. I put it in this ring. This has the Kabbalistic tree of life. Significance in that. If you do know, please share. Okay, if you come in on TikTok, please tap on the screen. If you come in and you're in the YouTube page, please leave a comment. Let us know who you are and where you're from. Okay, let me see here. I see. I know there's a delay in certain areas when I go live, so just give me a minute. Hi, over here in TikTok land. You're going to be choosing a deck. It's going to be the one that has the turquoise. Okay, because I know you can't see that clearly, or you can see the summer deck over here, or the one that says Vanessa Phoenix Rising, which I'll read from each one, but you get to decide which one resonates with you. So as I'm doing the reading, some of it will be personal to you. You will feel that these have all been blessed, they've been shuffled, and they have been cut, and I have not looked at them yet. Okay, and this is traditional Chiro Marchetti. A lot of you will be familiar with this deck. And this one is the Hermetic, let me see, hold on a second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tell you what they're called. This one is the Hermetic Tarot. It's one of my little holders. Got this from my daughter as a gift a few years ago. And these were being sold at the mall. Okay? And you can make your own holders as well. I happen to like to make things through crochet and knit. Are you interested in those things? All right, and guys, as you come in, please remember, tap the screen, please. Give a little tap. Show a little love that you're in here. I'm giving everyone an opportunity to show up. And also, as you show up, because I'm live in more than one place, so I can do the readings for the collective together. Okay? My readings are extensive. I give good readings as if it's a private reading. I don't like to just come in and pull a card for each person or make you feel like you're obligated to send me some roses or whatever. They're not worth much. Or to send me a cash app. If you like to cash out, fine. But when I do this for the collective, this is genuinely from my heart. I feel led to do it, and I want to make sure that I can provide something that's worthwhile for all of you. Okay? Alrighty. So here I am. We're going to start with the sounding bowl. This is the sounding bowl. And we're going to clear the energy. We're going to inhale the positive, exhale any dark energy, anything that's bothering you, anything that's been disturbing you, anything that has you in a down mood or that has disrupted your peace. We're going to inhale everything good. Inhale peace, inhale light, inhale love, inhale goodness, okay? And we're going to inhale through the nostrils, through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, please. Through the nostril. Exhale through the mouth. And we'll make this particularly interesting for all of you. Who can I say? Now, you guys over here in TikTok, you know I love you. You come in live. It's all new for you. And I appreciate you showing up. So here we have, like I said, this is the Vanessa Phoenix Rising. Okay? And you don't even need to tell me which deck, but it's nice. Hello. Please come in, do say hello just so we can have interaction on the page. I'm going to be reading through and I'm not going to be answering any questions as of yet. This is the other deck that has the turquoise stone on it. Okay. And here, this is the summer. It's like a summer fairy tale deck. This is a fairy tale. It's the one with the fairies. It's not the summer deck, as I was describing it before. And this is the stone associated with it, or the stone that was placed on it, I should say. Um, this one, the black stone, obsidian or onyx, known for protection, happens to be on top of the hermetic deck. Okay. And this one, what is this called? Gilded Tarot. That's what it's called. I just see the case now. And this is the gold stone. And so this is on top of this one. Now you can decide whichever one resonates with you most. Now let me slide these over. Okay, whichever one resonates with you most. And I'm sorry for the long introduction. I'm about to get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see. Read it that way. I'm going to I'll start with 1 because I read it in that order. Why start difficult, right? So I'm going to slide these over to the side. I'm going to move the stone, move the obsidian. Okay, then I'll move the gold stone. Put this one sideways on top of that. Put this one on top of this one. Okay. I'll move it out neatly. Now all of these have been, like I stated before, they have been pre-shuffled. Okay, pardon my wrist is injured, so I have to be careful because I was irritating it doing stuff like trying to shuffle cards. Now, first card out. I'm going to do a 3x3 like we do with Lenormand readings for those of you who are familiar. So in the 3x3, first card out, we have the card Temperance. Temperance card is a major arcana, holding major energy. This is about creating harmony. This is the card of Sagittarius. This is a card of creating harmony, getting greater understanding, sometimes through travel. Sometimes it has to do with learning something about someone other than yourself. It may be a higher education at this time, or it may be you dealing with relationships, bringing in masculine and feminine energy, bringing in objecting or opposing ideas in order to create something more harmonious. You notice that the image here appears to be androgynous, meaning not being sex specific, because this is supposed to be the angelic form. This is going beyond those things that are just human, those things that are superficial or on the surface. So this is saying for us to dig deeper, to get greater reasoning, sometimes to travel. Some of you may be planning to travel. You may be planning to learn something new or get some certification in something. And this is going to open up your mind and your ability to create something more. Okay? And welcome if anybody's here from my group, because I'm live, like I said, in 3 different places. If you're here, welcome. I'm not reading any comments, so please bear with me. I can see the people here at TikTok a little bit better, and I have to lean all the way over here. And so let me bring this in some because you guys can't see it that great. There's Temperance. Okay. Next to Temperance, ooh, 9 of Cups. Wow, the divine is telling you at this time during Virgo season, if you put the energy into creating a better self, meaning you're working on yourself, the things that you desire, how you communicate, opening up your mind, learning something new, is going to put you in a position to get the things that you desire. For those of you who don't know, the 9 of Cups is the card that's known for wishes being fulfilled. This says that things will be granted. You have to exercise patience and good judgment. In the Temperance card, the Temperance is a Sagittarius at its very best, at its highest good, using that intellect, using that broad mindset, using that desire to understand and communicate clearly with those who are different. This would be a perfect time to learn a new language, okay? Some of you are planning to expand on your horizons. You're planning to broaden your horizons, planning to learn something new. Some of you have been in a position that may have been conflicting and you don't know what to do. You're being called right now to really be the bigger person in your life. In other words, not the bigger person for other people, but the bigger person for yourself, because this is you taking all of the ideas and things that are happening in your life and bringing them together to create something better, which is bringing about that Nine of Cups. So let's see what else is happening. Look at you, Eight of Wands, shoot your shot. Are you kidding me? We have Sagittarius. Understand that major kind of. We have the Nine of Cups, which is very much like Piscean energy, having wishes being fulfilled. 12th house energy. This is where your imagination, your desires, the things that you love, the mystical part of you, your faith grows, and it puts you in a place of peace. Moving on to what? Eight of Wands, which is what? Sagittarius. Here we go again. Sagittarian energy is saying shoot your shot, be focused. Don't allow your current circumstances or anything that has happened in the past to keep you from growing and becoming something greater. Because as you focus, the promise is that things are going to get better for you if you believe it and if you put your energy into creating it. If you put your energy into creating that which is possible for yourself, you're going to see a lot of your dreams be fulfilled. That being said, because it is Virgo season, it is time to act. You see it starting out. The first card is Major Arcana, which is saying that this is a major time in your life. Some of you are leveling up. Some of you are going through the next cycle of your life. You've left certain things behind. You've had challenging moments. And some of you may just be stepping out in a new cycle for the first time in your life. First time being single, first time being married, first time going to school, first time going away, first time making choices for yourself. There's a lot of firsts. And for some of you, it may just be your first time, how you say, relinquishing all of that burden. Maybe you've been carrying so much on your own, and it's the first time that you're sharing that. You're not going to be the only strong person anymore. So wherever you are in this cycle of your life, you're being called to incorporate your ideas with the ideas of others. Incorporate the masculine and the feminine, pardon me, the yin and the yang. This is about bringing in sometimes opposing views and ideas and emotions and bringing it in to create a delicate balance. You are creating your own harmony. You are the master of your own universe. You are creating your own world. Okay, and this is a time for you to understand how powerful you are. And so, yes, shoot your shot. If there's something that you really want, focus in on it. Okay, I'm sorry because you guys can't see over here. I got this thing set up in such a way that different people in different places can't see. And so when I say shoot your shot, Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is also a sign that you will be victorious. Like you're practicing, look at how many arrows. You're aiming for something. You're not going to be distracted. This is where you're going. Sagittarius and Sagittarius. Very interesting. Because if your plan and if your dream was to go and travel far, you may find that this is what you do. And for some of you, you may find that it's on pause. And if it is, this is an ideal opportunity for you to learn that language, whether you were planning to make a trip to Greece or Italy, or you're planning to go to, say, Zimbabwe, or you're planning to go to South Africa. Maybe you should be practicing the language at this time. You should be learning about the cultures of the different places you would like to go. And for some reason, I'm sending you, if you're in the United States, I'm sending you all the way east. However, you might be right here in the United States, say, for example, because we're in the United States, I happen to be on the East Coast, you might just be planning to go to California. And so because of some weather or whatever, you may have a little disruption. There may be an opportunity for you to think, maybe I'm going to take a pottery class. Maybe when I go there, I'm going to take advantage of certain things. And we know since there were some natural disasters, there may be some things that have like a temporary block. Even though it's not here yet, I'm feeling it. So let me go on. Okay, I get long in these readings. King of Wands, absolutely love it. This is the embodiment of the sign of Leo. This is somebody who's strong-willed. This is somebody who's passionate and driven. This is someone who can make whatever it is that they desire happen. I like the energies around you. So far, what's driving you is the first card. This is very important. First card is a calling on you. If you're here, you're a part of this, it's a calling on you. Take ownership of your life. No one makes you feel, no one makes you do. This card specifically says for you to take this energy from this angel and to blend those different things to create your own harmony. Okay, this is you living in your power. This is you recognizing I'm not going to turn over my power, my feelings, my thoughts to someone else. So in this Virgo season, we're being called to do what? Take control over the things that we can. There is this thing called the Serenity Prayer. Some of you may be familiar. And in the Serenity Prayer, you're called to accept the things that you can't change, right? And to have the courage. King of Wands is about courage. This is Leo, lion, big energy. The courage to change the things that you can. However, it's the wisdom, the understanding, the knowledge from those who come before you or from past experiences to know when you have to go and when you have to stay. So you want to know the wisdom, to know the difference between whether you should just accept things, whether you should fight for things, or whether you should just right now do the work on oneself, right? Here it is. Oh, what? I love it. Page of Pentacles, center card in this particular reading is you. Whole new ideas. You're recreating yourself on so many different levels. Some of you are actually seeing where you can grow. Some of you have extra jobs. Some of you are interested in starting something new, new careers, new opportunities, new side jobs. Some of you are actually pulling back and realizing your worth and your values. So some of you may be putting emphasis and values on other things other than just money. And that being said, I don't mean to say just as if it's not important, because it's very important. Because without money, how can we survive or anything? But you're starting to realize when it comes to resources and when it comes to finances, it may be the relationships that have and hold more value now than before, right? It may be that the relationships hold more, that the time you spend with your loved ones holds more than, say, the things that you have or the fancy restaurants you used to go to. You may be rediscovering hobbies or rediscovering old interests or reading new books and discussing things that are important and not allowing people to fill you with small talk. I abhor small talk because it's very shallow and surface. But if we talk about the things that matter, if we talk about politics and be mindful to respect one another and one another's opinions, and if we talk about the things that we believe in, now we are in a position to cultivate real relationship and forge genuine. I'm being repetitive, but forge a journey together and build on a solid foundation of understanding and truth. And a lot of that is lost in a world where we can filter everything, including our images. And so here with the Page of Pentacles being at the center, and even how the woman is dressed, woman, person, whomever it is, even how they dress, it's simple. You see that it's simple in the sense that there's nothing glamorous about this image. There's nobody overly made up. The person is sitting here with the sun-kissed body, looking at the pentacle, which is representative of the material. In other words, the material, the things here on earth, something that's tangible. What is it that's important to me? Page of Pentacles is also a sign that someone may be starting a new job, like I said, a new journey in those areas that affect your life in a different way. Okay, and here we have Seven of Swords. Be mindful. And I'm going to tell you something. You know you're doing something great when they come out to hate, all right? Because when you do greater, you will get more haters. Seven of Swords is to be mindful of those who will deceive you. Unfortunately, we live in a time of a lot of deception. People are constantly stealing people's identities, committing frauds. They're trying to get you to buy bitcoins and stuff that you can't use. Some of you are doing well in Bitcoin. Great for you. I'm not going to buy anything from you because the time to get in kind of passed. That being said, I have a few, but I'm not going to get rich unless I'm already wealthy and I can put in a whole lot. And this is not the time to gamble your future. And if you're retired, you need to be conservatively careful. You need to be very careful. It's not a time to overshare. And I'm saying it because someone needs to know it. And especially with the Seven of Swords, this is a card of deception. This is a card of cunning as well. Now understand, this deception and this cunning it may be you. And the thing of it is here because of the way it's lined up. And this is very much a personal reading for whomever it is. There's an opportunity to create a real life for oneself and to decide what's really important to you. But are you deceiving yourself? Also, that's a question that must be asked because this is not a one on one reading. So I'm going to cover everything that I'm seeing in the reading and I'm going to express to you what it is that's coming to me at the same time. Here we have the Page of Swords, and I'm going to move along because we're about to get to the end of this particular deck. Page of Swords says that this is someone who is cunning, someone who is smart, someone who is sharp and witted. This is someone who is not rambunctious, but headstrong, possibly. This could be a young person. It could be a Gemini. It just could be a Gemini, somebody who's very strong-willed, somebody who's quick to change positions, but enjoys the debate. This is someone who enjoys having the intellectual fight and they have the energy for it. This may also be you starting a new career, you starting a new class. This may say that you have all of the abilities to be very successful. That being said, when you see pages showing up together, this is fresh starts with a lot of energy. And the thing of it is that I love that these fresh starts with a lot of energy are sitting next to the King of Wands, because the King of Wands is about energy and getting things done. And it's also the sign of Leo. So it's about seeing it all the way through. So with these starts, let that energy drive you. Let that youthfulness drive you. Let that curiosity, that natural intellectual curiosity and the ability, the strength to see things through, and the energy, the drive, the enthusiasm. This is what's going to bring you great success. Be mindful of being double-minded on yourself and be mindful of oversharing with others who may want to throw a wrench in your plans, okay? Because the greater you get at living your life, especially if you make changes, people will find fault with you. But unless those people are the ones that give you love and bring you happiness, we don't need to entertain them. And even at times in our life, there may be the very ones that we love and the ones that we expect to support us, that we may find that we feel betrayed. We may find that they don't see us the way we see ourselves. But understand, your dreams are just that, yours. They come from within your being, within your heart and your mind. They're not for everyone, okay? All right. Four of Wands, absolutely love it. Four of Wands is what? Fours are about stability, security. Four of Wands is saying that you are laying a great foundation, whether this is your family, a business, this is a new prospect in your life. You have your wishes being fulfilled right here coming down the center. I see that you're focused on something new. You're creating something new in your life, your values, your purpose. You're being driven. And Page says energy, youthful energy, which is going to be great in helping you establish what it is that you truly want. And this is absolutely beautiful. And it doesn't matter what it is, because I started out understanding with the first card, Temperance, is that you have the ability to create your reality. And that is all about perception. It's all about where you choose to put your energy, right? And so there you go. And when I said, where do you choose to put your energy? And Eight of Pentacles is about what? Dedication into what? Your energy, your craft, what it is that is important to you. So this is a card that tells me that you are perfecting yourself. You're perfecting your life. You're working on it. Whether you are recovering from something or whether you are building upon something that you've already laid a foundation for. Because the Four of Wands says great foundation. Whether this is even a relationship. This may be a relationship with others. It may be a relationship with yourself, with the world, how you see yourself in the world as well. Usually when we see the Four of Wands, it's a sign of marriage, it's a sign of relationship. And that being said, you can be working on yourself where you will attract the right ones or the right one into your life for your business, for your enterprise, for your family, for your community. But this is a work in progress. And the most important thing is everything that we can see here is what you choose to do. You notice that every card except this one, Four of Wands, is showing a family of rabbits. Rabbits are a sign of fertility. It's a sign of growth. Rabbits can multiply greatly, very fast, right? And having the rabbits is an ability to move. This is coming together. You see the buildings here in the back. You'll see this, the chuppah, this sign that's above. This is everybody under one roof. This may be a coming together. This may be a reestablishing. This may be initiating, maybe at a different stage in your life, creating your own community, your own family. And this right here is you steadily working on it, getting better at it. So it doesn't matter what happened in the past. And the past could be 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago. It can't be your last life. It doesn't matter. What matters now is what you choose to do with it. The divine sees you. The universe is bending in your favor. The only thing here is whether there's someone around who's going to be deceptive. It says be careful. This is a sign for you to be very careful in when you're making these choices and how you're moving. Understand that we have two eights here also. Eight is really a place of beauty and it's a place of understanding. You've gone through so much. With sevens is usually victory. Is someone going to get over on you? Are you getting over on someone else? Are you being more tactical this time? Are you keeping information to yourself, or are you going to allow someone else to have access to information? That being said, you may be feeding someone false information as well. That is quite possible. Bottom of the deck, which you didn't see coming, we have the Hermit. The Hermit is the major arcana Virgo card. So the two major arcanas I see here, we have this one, Temperance, and then we have Temperance is Sagittarius, and then we have the Hermit, which is Virgo. Virgo is very much about analyzing, organizing, getting things done. It's very much about in some ways perfection, but it's really most important is the perfection of oneself, lighting one's own path, making one's way, and growing intellectually, and growing in understanding, growing in that understanding that's applied, that wisdom, having the ability to discern and taking stock of oneself. And it's showing me that even if you were alone before, some of you will choose to spend more time alone because you are valuing yourself. You find value in your peace and in that time with yourself. That being said, the hermit is not one that is always a recluse. The hermit is one that knows how to take time for oneself, but is always open to share and to be generous with others. But you value yourself more in the end, and you value your time, and you enjoy that time with yourself. And that's real. You're creating your own world, and it's very important that you do that. Look at here. Hold on a second. This is the Hermit. And let's see, the card before that, we have the Emperor, Aries, headstrong and long, being in a position of power. In this case, some of you may be taking that power back in your lives, seeing yourself as the powerful being that you are. Understand this is the bottom of the deck. These are the things that you don't see coming. Because you're making wise choices now, King of Cups, very much Scorpion energy, but Scorpion in a more pleasant energy. And this is the Scorpion, Sagittarian Scorpion energy. This is that well, actually, you can say somewhere between Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarian. You bring in those energies together and you get balance in all of those areas. You have a person that will be more just and very supportive of you. We have this in the person. We have the Emperor and the Hermit, very much saying that it's through the transition of life. It's through because that is also what the King of Cups represents, the intelligence, emotional self-control. Emotional self-control within a person that is Aries is a person of great power, a person of great substance, one who's intelligent, because they're headstrong, tend to be very sharp and can be very witty. When they take that energy and put it in a positive manner. And Aries, being represented as the Emperor here, is capable of making great strides. Very powerful, world-changing energy. And that world-changing energy is actually going to put you in a place of peace, peace with oneself. And so that's why it's important. When I pull from the bottom, these are the things that you don't see coming. And understand that that is even going to come after you get to a point that you have been working on your masterpiece, and you will draw other people to you. You will not chase them down. You will not have to seek them. They will be attracted to you. There will be a natural magnetism, and it will not be purely physical. It will be one of my soul sees your soul. You understand? My heart sees your heart, and I understand you. And my world is open to receive you, like puzzle pieces that fit. Okay? That is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful reading. Okay? And just know that you are living in your power. I'm going to separate these because we have three major arcanas. And we get that with all of the persons that we have here. And those three major arcanas alone, we have Temperance, the Emperor, and the Hermit. So what's happening, the major events in one's life is that you have to take control over your emotions and the things in your life. You have to create balance. You're also being called to be in a position of leadership or to, through this balance in your life, you will find favor with someone who's in leadership. It's one or the other. With the Hermit card being here, it's telling me that it will not be forced upon you, but it will be a choice that you make to separate yourself at times in order to get your mind, your emotions, and things together. That being said, like I said, being the Hermit doesn't mean that you leave necessarily, but it may be a sign that you spend time reading, you spend time alone, you spend time praying, you spend time getting to understand yourself and your environment. And so, as you're doing this, you're going to grow as a person. Okay? You're going to grow as a person, you're going to become something greater. And this is your destiny. Three major arcanas. Just know that this is something that will happen, especially if you chose the first deck, if number one is for you. And which is turquoise, we have harmony, we have peace, we have all of that good stuff happening. And that's it for number one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If that resonated with you, please leave a comment. Tell us if that resonated with you and if it was helpful to you. That being said, if it did not resonate with you, it was not for you. Leave it for someone else. And here we are moving on. Moving on, we're going to move on to number two. Clear that deck. Thank you, Divine. Thank you so much. I clear that deck. Just put it there. I don't need to put that stone in there. Here we go. This is number two, and this is the fairy deck. I don't even see the card, the box, the thing for this. These are the fairy cards. This is the stone. It's a beautiful green and pink. It's going to be all about harmony and beauty and love and all of those good things. Okay. And so here we go. Protection and wealth, gonna bring it all. First card out is the Ace of Winter. In this particular deck, not thrilled about it, but winter in this particular deck, I believe, is swords. So I'll explain the issue I have with that later, okay? Welcome, welcome, everyone. Please remember to tap the screen. Tap the screen, guys. You're here with me. Tap. Thank you. With the Ace of Swords, this is a clear sign that you're going to be victorious. Things are going to work out in your favor. They really are. You're going to be successful. It's about having understanding, having clarity, having things be brought into focus for you. Also, because it's a sword, there's two sides to everything. So, in some areas of your life, you're going to have to forgive yourself, forgive others, and in other areas of your life, you're just going to have to make a clean break with it. That being said, you may have to make a clean break with self doubt, a clean break with past trauma, a clean break with certain things so that you can focus on driving yourself forward, destroying your enemies. And sometimes those enemies in your life that you need to destroy are self-doubt, right? The that enemy itself will destroy you. And you need to allow yourself to see clearly, cut through the weeds, and allow yourself to see clearly what it is that you can do. And this starting out with the Ace of Swords is a clear sign of victory, okay? So no matter what happens, know that you will be victorious. Six of Winter, very interesting, very sharp. Some people are making moves. Some people have gone through a great transition in their life. Some people may be going for a cruise soon. Okay, this is about family. Six of Springs is about family coming together and understanding. This may be mother-child. This may be siblings. This can also be involving fathers, but it doesn't feel like fathers necessarily. In today's society, things are different. You may have a father who's very emotionally caring and very sensitive, so that's quite possible in this feeling here. With the sixes are really this is beauty, okay? This is the beauty of having understanding, because sixes is the place that you are in after you've gone through the fives, which is about difficult trials and tribulations. So we're making a change. We're changing our mindset in particular, because the Ace of Winter came before the Six of Winter, which tells me that we're leaving They say ignorance, shallow mindedness, selfishness. We're leaving those things in the past for the option to grow something beautiful, maybe creating a better future, a better life for ourselves, revisiting things in our past from a lighter point of view, having an appreciation for instead of just looking at the negative. A lot of the world today is about divisiveness and negativity, and I see somebody here who's growing mentally, who's more sharp, who's more intelligent, not so easily fooled, and not so rigid with themselves or with others. This is a great place to be. Okay? Here we have the King of Spring, and the King of Spring is just what we're talking about here. We're talking again about that Leo energy. This is about making things happen, literally in the same placement. Okay, King of Spring would be like King of Wands. Okay, and this is that same kind of placement. This is this is really in a fantastic kind of position. This is one who's thinking about their life. Notice in the last reading, like it was just a separate deck. We had Temperance, then we had Leo again. Now we have Ace of Wands, then we have Leo. So it's saying whatever's happening in our life, we need to put it in our mind to make that change, to having the ability to create that change. Understand that Leo, the kings represent the mind and then the other element. So this is the mind and the spirit and the energy of fire. This is the mind and fire. So imagine you're on fire for something, you're creating something. And what are you creating? It's very important now for you to have a sense of stability and security. That being said, be mindful of being overly tight or selfish, okay? Very interesting. Also understand, I see it coming together, but I also see a victory, all right? So in this transition, this change of life, because I was reading it a little bit more like emotion. With this Six of Spring, it's like you're getting a lot of recognition for all of the great things that you have done. And so this is why it's really beautiful. But I also see a coming together. And this may be a coming together of womanhood, when I say a womanhood, men can be involved, but it's a coming together on an emotional level, a spiritual level, a more delicate approach. This is not the warlike, tough energy. You understand? This is recognition for a higher understanding, for a respect for intellect, and a respect for good communication and good feelings. This is high vibe, good vibe energy. Okay? And that being said, we're looking at all of this, and then we come together all the way to here. Very interesting. Because you are doing so fantastic, here we have in the same position here. Seems like as soon as you do good, understand you are going to receive your haters. In this position before, we had what? We have the Seven of Swords, yes? We have treachery. Here we have the Three of Winter, which is like having the Three of Swords. We have conflict between head and heart. Some people may say be heartbroken. Maybe you've done your best. Here you are doing a great performance. This is what we're looking at, a great performance. And even though you're doing a great performance, look at her and her voice is horrible. Can you believe she had that dress? She looks fatter now. This is like people making these kind of comments. You understand? But understand that this is because they're hating on you because you're receiving all of this good attention. And that's okay. As long as we understand who we are, we have clarity now. We have greater understanding. We are living in a place that's greater even in our minds. We no longer have to suffer the ideas and the thoughts of fools. We no longer have to be limited by the choices that others make or the limitations of other people's minds. We live in a better place. I love this. Three of Summer. Right afterwards, we have the threes. Has to take the energy of more than a couple of people, community. So you have people who talk about you, but you have so much to celebrate. With the Three of Summer coming here, this is celebration. This is joy. This is coming together. This may be marriages, graduations. This is celebratory energy. So even though there are going to be people who hate on you, make sure that you are not one of them. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your life, celebrate your victories no matter how small. Okay? Very important. Herald of Winter, very interesting. We see somebody here, new opportunity, new opportunity for growth, maybe a new job, the celebration, new opportunity, a new home. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that's going to be offered for the future. So there's something to work towards again. We're getting very much that energy of working towards something. You're going to have new energy, new communication. You're feeling really clear about what it is that you desire. And so you're manifesting, you're creating, you're talking things into existence. Not only are you talking them into existence, you're actually putting in the work. And it doesn't matter that other people are hating you, because with some hate, others appreciate. You understand? Yes, of course you do. Full of summer. Look at here, look at here, look at here. This is a place of, let's say, a bit of melancholy or malaise. And I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing here, honestly, is that this is somebody who has greater understanding, and you may have been chasing a dream. And once you receive that dream, it may not feel as great as you thought it would feel once you arrive at that place. It's like having a desire to go to a fancy restaurant. Then once you have the experience, it feels very not so special, I should say. You chase it, you chasing something, then you arrive at it. And now you have to decide for yourself what's next. You always thought, when I make it here, when I get this car, when I have this job, if I have that partner, if I finish this thing, and then once you celebrate, then new work begins. And I think this is where some of you may find yourself, because now you're living in your mind in a higher position. And a lot of what's going on is just day to day. This is very much a natural order of life. There are choices that you have to make. There are people who are going to be in your life, and you have to choose wisely. Choose to entertain those who entertain you. We're not going to entertain people who talk about us, backstab us, or hurt our feelings. So you may find that there are people who are around you that you think are celebrating you, however they are not. They appear to like you, but they really do not. They secretly root for your downfall. Okay. Here we have the Six of Autumn. I see that in the end, finances and stability will be there for you. There will be an opportunity for you to be balanced out for those of you who are in need, okay? Six of Autumn is also telling me, for some of you, you may have great financial gains, okay? So look forward to that and continue to walk in that energy. You may have great financial aims from partnership or relationship as well, okay? To a spring, I see that you guys are really, really, really getting things together. I absolutely love this, because this is saying great partnership. So I do see, for someone in the near future, and you may be in a relationship already, maybe you have a renewal of that relationship, maybe you have a recommitment or a higher commitment within that relationship, but someone has a great love story that's going to come to fruition. You're going to have a place of belonging, no longer longing for to belong, but belonging, and having that love and feeling rich, feeling more wealthy for what you have already gone through. What's interesting about this is that I see your life moving in an upward and open area. A lot of this is your day to day. It's the energy that you put in every day that's going to determine your outcome. There's nothing major happening that you didn't already either experience, or is going to come. It's going to come along and hit you a little bit further up the road. But as you're approaching these things, you're going to have clarity and understanding right now. Moving with that energy says that you have the maturity to make the moves that you need to, and that you'll have great room for celebration, and you're going to be recognized for your efforts. Again, Leo in this position, I'm telling you, use that energy. The reading says use that energy to propel yourself forward. Right now, you want to have understanding, you want to have stability, and there's a part of you that's trying to figure out, how do I make that all happen for me? Keep pushing forward, keep working on yourself, because you're going to attract that energy. Two of Spades, that's that soulmate energy, and I don't think this is a karmic, especially Herald of Summer. It's telling me that there's somebody's going to be coming in for you. I'm seeing soulmate energy. I'm seeing you make a choice about your life, especially Two of Springs with that Herald of Summer. It's telling me that there's somebody who's going to come in and match your energy. So wherever you're taking your life, that's where you're going to meet that person on that path. So be careful. If you're upwardly mobile, just because somebody comes into your life and excites you, if they're moving in the opposite direction in which you would like to go, that's not the person for you. That's a distraction, a karmic that's going to throw you off your path. Be very careful, be very mindful, okay? Much love to you. Absolutely beautiful reading. I like it when it's very clear. Okay, very clear. You have all the power that you desire. Everything you need, you can have it. Just remember that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that was number two. That was number two. We're just gonna clear this deck, clear it, right? Let's go clear it. I absolutely love this one. Okay, guys, please remember, tap the screen if you're still here. Thank you. All right, and moving right along, we are at the heart of it, this stone, and we have here, guys, for those of you who can see, we have Vanessa, Phoenix Rising, that is me. Okay, it's my personalized deck, and here we go. Whew. And we're going to do this, pardon me, putting my arm all in there. First card, where we have the World card. Are you kidding me? Major life-changing events. This is a good sign. It's a good omen for anything. It's the end of a cycle, the beginning of something new. This is all about growth. Growing as a person, growing in your life, closing certain chapters of your life that you need to close. It's time to level up. All of us are being called. We're being called to make moves. Major moves. Right out the box. Rip me out the plastic because I am brand new. You're not going to be acting brand new because you are brand new. Brand new way of thinking, brand new way of speaking, brand new way of living. This is your choice. You are grabbing life by the horns. This is you and your power. This is you recognizing. This is the universe seeing the difference in you. You are becoming something greater than you have imagined in the past. And you deserve what it is that's coming to you. Now, some of you, don't be fooled because the universe isn't. You may be on a path to complete destruction and you will receive your just desserts. And if somebody has done wrong to you, understand that this is a clear sign for you to be able to move on. They will get what's coming to them. Okay? That part of your life is over. That being said, some of you are moving into greater stability and security. Do you see this? With the Four of Wands, this is the card. This is the card. Let me show you guys over here. This is the card of stability, the card of security, the card of great foundations. Oh my goodness. You are really making a difference. Here we have Capricorn. We have Aries in the house. Here we have Capricorn in the house. We have all the signs represented in the World's card. The World's card represents the fixed sign of every element, pretty much, okay? So here it is. You have Leo, you have Taurus, you have Aquarius, and you have, what am I thinking? I said Leo to Taurus. He said Aquarius, and Scorpio, fixed water, eagle, Scorpio. And so we have all of that. So this is energy, strong, settled energy. Things are being settled. And while things are being settled from the past, you are creating new and great future in present. The present life for you is all about creating a good foundation, which is very positive. Moving into this sign of Capricorn, my goats, my greatest ones of all time, understand that with that energy, there is a drive and an ability to overcome monumentous events that seem baffling. And understand that this is a particularly difficult energy for all of us in the world, especially we have Pluto retrogrades kind of sitting in Capricorn right now, which is a lot of exposure of big world events and people who are in power and new knowledge and great new foundation is coming. And so greater things are going to be exposed. We have just scratched the surface. We are going to have an understanding of who we are and where we stand in things. Card of Sagittarius, here we are with that Eight of Wands again. Eight of Wands showed up in that first reading, I believe, where it's about shooting your shot. It's about, listen, the sky's the limit. Whatever it is that you want, you can have. But it's about dedicating that energy in this time, in real time, focusing on what it is that is very important to you. Try to learn something new every day. To learn something new about yourself, your culture, your history, and learn something new about someone else that has nothing to do with you. Learn something new about a language. Learn a new word. E- Expand your mind. expand your world, your inner world. For those of you who are suffering with depression, and I don't know why that's hitting me now, you need to open your mind to focus on something other than self. Because when we stick in our own minds and we beat ourselves up and we live in a land of disappointment that we create in our own minds, we fall deeper into a hole. And this is being called out. This is saying focus your energy from inside of you outwards. Count your blessings and shoot your shot. How can you make differences, even if they're tiny differences in the world in different places? And this is what is being open to you. Okay? That being said, look at you sitting here in the precipice, Aries on top of Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. The beginning of the seasons is in spring. It is also the beginning of new life, is hope. This is you standing in that position and knowing for yourself that you have the power to create something real for yourself. And the reality is, it's up to you. It's up to you to invest that time and energy into something real and to decide for yourself what is the next step. What is the next step for you? Okay? This being said, it's simple. In reality, sometimes it's difficult, right? But you can do it and you are not alone. And you can have 100 starts, but you must dedicate yourself to a purpose in your life. And you are needed. It's very important for someone here to understand that you are needed, even in the smallest way. Don't think that your existence has not had an impression on someone else's life, because it does. I don't know how many times I said this in various readings over the years, but some of us were born to sit on a park bench and greet somebody, just to say hello to them. Some of us were born just to put a hand on someone's elbow and encourage someone else to make the right choices in life. Some of us have small missions. They appear to be small, but they really have great results. Some of us are born to be healers and teachers. Some of us are born to heal just from listening, just from being present. Because there are people in this world that are extremely lonely. And in a time where you can contact the entire world feels like New York City, where I'm from. When New York City was like the biggest city, and you can have people living right on top of each other and not know each other at all. Amazing. And I know that there are people who are living that way. There are people who are living that way. People are living small, scared little lives in a really big place. And I want you to know I see you today. I see you spiritually. My spiritual eye sees you. I connect with you, and I'm feeling that energy. And right now is your opportunity to really flourish as a human being, to grow to your full potential, and to realize, even in every small way, you are making a difference. There's somebody that looks forward to seeing you at the donut shop, at the bus stop, at the red light, even just greeting you, just that nod, that recognition at the passing each other at the mailbox. There's something about you. Somebody looks forward to seeing you shuffle your way to get your mail, hearing your laugh. Heck, there's somebody who doesn't even have a life. They look forward to hearing your arguments. So, honestly, your life is giving purpose. Don't think how small or whatever, okay? Lovely, lovely. Look at this Queen of Pentacles. Look at my girl. Look at that Taurus energy. It is strong. It is screaming stability, security, greatness, warmth. It is screaming about, let's make a life worth living. Let's make a home worth being in. Let's be all of what it is that we need and that we desire. I absolutely love this energy. When we see the Queen of Pentacles show up, we know that life is looking good. Oh, pardon me over here in the TikTok world, because this apparatus is going dead a little bit. Let me connect you. Let me connect you. Get that battery up. Okay, close that. Get that battery up. There we go. That's looking a little better. When we see the Queen of Pentacles show up, we know that life is getting good. We know we're looking at a warm house, or we're looking at home cooked meals. I don't care if it's ramen and hot dogs. We looking at a place where people go get together and play cards and share a bag of chips, or everybody show up. It's not even about just the wealth. This person usually does have financial stability and security, but understand more than that. This person has a sense of very much a grounding energy. This is an attractive energy. I don't know about you, but I used to go visit a person's house. That house was more crowded. It wasn't, it was pretty in its own way, but it had so much stuff all over. It was generally clean, but very cluttered. And I remember my mom was like, "Why you always go over there?" I love being around these people. Their home always felt warm. I always felt welcomed. If they were eating something, hey, you want a plate? You know, it didn't matter. It could have been rice and beans, could have been beans, few beans and a scrambled egg. It didn't matter. They usually had good food, but it didn't matter what it was. It was that feeling of belonging. That's that home. It doesn't matter whether they have a little or a lot, but that's that place you want to go. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't create that for anybody to come to my home. I'm a bit of a recluse, like people say, people my mom would say, which is true. I like my privacy. I love my privacy. I'm not even going to pretend. I love my privacy. I love to be home in my bra and undies and feel 100% comfortable. And I'm alarmed. I am disturbed. I am perplexed if somebody come a knocking. Like, what? So, but with people that I love and people who are close to me, if you can come and be with me and I can still be comfortable in my skin, not as if I'm entertaining you, I love that energy. So this is that energy. This is you, this is your home, or this is the person you're attracting, this is what you're moving into. You want that. You want that security, stability. You want to have a place that feels solid and warm. And hey, it's attainable. Big Empress energy doesn't matter what sex you are. I'm telling you that you are a creator. This is major, major. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The world card, the Empress card. Can someone develop into something even more than this? This is the embodiment of all of the energy of all of the queens. You have emotional intelligence, you're caring, you're driven, you're sharp, you know what it is that you want, you create a good environment, you're a trendsetter, and you don't take any shorts. You create clear boundaries for yourself. And in all of that, you continue to be creative and you create new beauty. And your ruling planet here is Venus. And Venus is the planet of love and everything good, everything that you desire. This is great feelings. This is a high procreative energy. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. This is being wholly in your power. This is dreams of the ability to see things before they happen, and yet always be prepared and be comfortable within oneself. I'm telling you. And in that, oh, so much is happening for you, and so much is happening so quickly. Some of you may feel like a anxiety in your belly, but this is not going to be a negative anxiety, not with the Empress leading it. This is an anxiety of, is this possible? Maybe it's too much. It's like hitting the lotto and you find out you hit for $1 billion and you're happy, and yet at the same time you're scared. It's somewhat overwhelming. You never thought you'd be here. You didn't see your life becoming this. And yes, you're not paranoid. They are after you. I'm just saying. Okay? And so if they're after you, it would behoove you to be prepared. So some of you are up all night with that anxiety of what is to come. And the reality is you need not be disturbed, because whatever is going to come is going to come whether you sleep or not. So better to be well rested, be well prepared, and know that in those moments of uncertainty and in those sleepless nights and in all of that anxious energy, because the world is on high spin and there's so much happening and we're bombarded by it, feel free to cut it off. Feel free to cut it off. Cut off the news. Cut off the TikToks. Cut off the politics. Take a breath for a day or two, a week, a month, whatever it is that you need. Feed into that which is going to bring you more joy and more peace and more harmony. Be a world changer and creative on the good. What did I just say? And here it is. I'm going on and on and on about you doing what? Hermit card has come out. The divine leads me to the stories before the stories unfold, and here it is, the Hermit card. This is the card of Virgo. This is the card of setting yourself aside, spending that time to develop your inner man, have greater understanding and wisdom. This is not a time for you to stress for anything. Major arcana is here. We have the World card, the Empress, and the Hermit, which is telling me that here we are in this energy. All signs, all areas, all elements are presented by the World card. Okay, so this is about all of us. It's definitely about all of us. If you are a fixed sign, even more so. This is your time to show up and show out. Show everybody how it's done by being consistent in the things that need to be done, especially if you're a Taurus, because you are represented here. How much more? Taurus is represented here in the World card. Taurus is represented here in the Empress card, and Taurus is represented here in the Queen of Pentacles. Very much about what? Digging in and getting it done. Being very focused. Knowing what is right to do and doing what is right to do because it is what's right. Virgo showing up in here, the Hermit, is like that serenity prayer where you have the wisdom to do what? To know the difference. And you have the ability now, and you're being called, especially if this was the deck that you chose. And yes, this is telling me that not only this card showing up between the Empress and the Hermit is saying that you are on your courage right now. You are anxious about a thing because you have the power to make a change. Empress has the power to create whatever she desires. You're anxious about this thing, and so in your wisdom, you're going to have the courage and you're going to have the wisdom to know the difference. And the thing here is that you are the difference. You have to make that choice. So this is about you becoming courageous. Do you see it? Yes, you do. It's about you becoming courageous. What you don't see is that through these things and these opportunities that you are going to face, these circumstances, the Knight of Pentacles says that you are going to be consistent energy. There's new opportunities and new jobs coming for some of you at the end of this. Some of you are just going to be more consistent than you have ever been in your life, more reliable. You may be attracting people in your life who are steadfast. You may have dealt with a lot of losers in the past, but you are giving off a loser attraction. The people who come into your life in the future, because you know your worth and you know who you are and you move and you live in that energy, you will deflect, you will knock away anything that doesn't serve you. So the only people in your life are people who are going to be what? Consistent individuals. See, a knight is always moving, and Pentacles is about the material world, is about here on earth, our life here. This is somebody who's reliable in the physical realm, somebody that you see. People who say what they do what they say, and some people say nothing, but they're very steadily reliable. I like this because we have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is an ongoing, steady energy, someone who moves, someone who's reliable. This someone may be you. You may be becoming someone more reliable, someone can count on, okay? I absolutely love that. Let me pull just the last three cards to see what we got here. Oh my goodness. We had this. It is through pain and conflict that you get your energy and your ability to create the life that you desire. That being said, you may be causing pain for someone else, or someone may have caused pain for you by choosing to move on, chasing their dreams, or leaving a tumultuous or emotionally destructive relationship. So there are relationships that will have to come to an end, and it's through that coming to an end. And I guess because some of you, like I said, are living in your power. There's that card of Libra, living in your power. And the Ace of Wands represents what? All the fire signs. So whether it's Aries, whether it's Sagittarius, or whether it is Leo. Leo's been big in every reading here so far. So here you are, Leo, having to show up again here. And then also here, you see with this Ace of Wands, this is you creating a new life. This is you creating something very real. This may also be a sign that someone may be coming up pregnant. So if you don't want to be pregnant with this lady already here and this here on the board, be mindful. You may be establishing something very new. That being said, this may be a relationship, an opportunity that's going to be more steadfast. You may have had to end a relationship, and now you have a new opportunity to strike while the iron is hot, to have something that is consistent. So you're no longer settling for somebody taking advantage of your time or your heart as well. So there will be conflict. There's always conflict in everyone's life. I don't sell you dreams. I'm giving you accurate readings. That is all. Okay? That being said, This is an absolutely fabulous reading. Let me pull these up. We have an Ace of Wands. I like that because that says something new. But our major arcana cards here, we have the World card, we have the Empress, and then we have the Hermit. What is telling us the things that we don't have control over? All of us are about to go through a cycle of change. Some of us are losing, some of us are gaining, some of us are transitioning from one position to the other. If you are left here on the earth, you are going to go through a transformation in your life that you may or may not be prepared for. You may have worked up to this, and so it's happening. Whether you choose to or not, you're going to have to push through. Those who decide not to, if you buck against this energy, it will not go well for you. That being said, even going through this card, some of you may have lost a loved one recently. If you have, this person has transitioned on to the other side. And so in that transition, they are free from any pain, any hurt, or anything that locks us in here on the earth right now. For those of us who are left behind, this transitioning is now this part of our life without those loved ones. We are now being called to be our own creators. Some people recently lost a parent or lost somebody who may have been a mothering or a nurturing figure in your life, someone who shored you up possibly. And so now you're being called to be that person. Moving from a younger person into the matriarchy is a big difference as well. Okay, some of you have made the choice for yourself, even in your old age, to have the courage to recreate yourself and create a life for yourself, which is wonderful. For those of you who are young, first time leaving the house, first time being treated as an adult, some of you have to leave and come back more so as the adult, helping out with the family, learning your worth and your self value. I also see that in this reading. So understand, especially in this day and time, it's hard for everyone. So there's no shame in having to stay home, living with your family, especially now with the economy. All right, so be focused on creating a good foundation and balancing those energies out, respecting one another and showing love, right? Very, very important. Analyze, self-analyzation with the Hermit card, with this Empress card. Who is the creator? You are the creator. Okay? And very interesting. I pulled the cards apart. Look what happens. I have the Fool card, New Beginnings. I just pulled it up just to shove a card in there because I like to kind of separate it before I even do the shuffling. So I make sure that, these cards are not sitting together by chance because they're not well shuffled. I like for the cards to be pre-mixed so they're not even together. So if they come out together again, that just means it's destined to be that way. I don't want to be a sloppy dealer. But there you go, guys. This is your opportunity to create the life that you desire. It's an overwhelming thing going so far. If you are looking for love, you're definitely going to get it, but it's something that you have to create for yourself. You have to choose you, male or female. And when I say that, choose you, not in a shallow way. You have to choose to work on yourself. Make sure you brush your teeth, wash your butt. I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny. Some people out here not even cleaning themselves. You're showing zero care for yourself, but you want someone else to smile in your face. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to care for yourself. You have to make yourself lovable to yourself. And you will attract someone in your life that will love you and accept you in the state that you are. In the state that you are in should always be in the state of becoming. Not not complacent with being sloppy, complacent with being dirty, complacent with being just enough. You only brush your teeth or comb your hair because you're looking to date. That is not attractive. And that energy, quite frankly, is going to attract problems or people are going to see through you shortly, and that's why you have a revolving door energy in your life. So, male or female or whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to be genuinely and consistently yourself. Here we go to number 4. Thank you, Divine, for that reading. We clear that energy very much so. Here we have the gold stone. This is about bringing in what? We want to bring in some good wealth and some security and stability. We want to bring in light times and happiness and joy. We want a little sparkle in our life, some of us. Guys, please remember to tap the screen over here. Tap the screen over here in the TikTok world. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody from the group and in the YouTube world. Okay, here we go. first card out is the Hermit. Very interesting. Now we've seen the Hermit everywhere. The Hermit has shown itself again. Card of Virgo, moving with what? Very grounded energy. This is about having your life together, right? This is about doing what's important. This is about knowing what's right from what's wrong. This is about having those detective skills as well. You might be a person that likes to watch detective shows as I do. And hello, everyone. I haven't been looking at comments. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to communicate with you. I really want to focus on getting all these readings out, and I hope that it speaks to you. Please leave your comments. You can DM me, let me know if you found any of this to be helpful. Next time, I may only choose 3 decks because I know I chose a lot of decks, so it's a whole lot happening, and maybe that's even more beneficial to you. Let me know if you think 3 would be enough or you like the more decks because I have 5 decks here. So here we have the Hermit card again. Virgo. We're leading with the card of Virgo right here in the heart of Virgo season. Very much the time for what? Knowing what it is that we want to do, analyzing our lives, spending time taking stock of ourselves, looking at our harvest, looking at what we're about to receive. Some of you planning for the next winter, right? And here, I'm here in the United States. I'm on the East Coast. It's getting cooler right now. I'm in New York City. It's getting a little bit cooler. Although it can teeter between feeling cool and feeling like a moment of summer because we're not really into the autumn yet, but soon, okay? But soon, but it's New York City. That's where I am, and so this is to be expected. So we have the Hermit card. After the Hermit card, here we have the card of Leo, the card of the Strength card. This is the inner strength, but also this is calling on us. If this was your deck, this is also calling on us to make ourselves mentally and physically strong as well. A lot of people look at this and say, oh, this is about inner strength, but it's not always about inner strength. Initially, this was like a person beating a lion, physical strength, brute force. And to be mindful not to allow someone else to use brute force on us means that we have to be what? Strong. We have to be mentally strong and prepared. See what's happening in the world, and we have to be what? Physically strong as well. We have to have strong self-control, but we have to have the ability to overpower the enemy, whether it's by using means of intellect and knowledge or whether it's by using brute force, quite frankly. So you may have to protect yourself. And protection is not the same, is not running out picking a fight. Protection means when they bring the fight to you, you have no need to back down. You understand? You protect yourself. You protect your rights. A lot of us in that, wow, another major arcana, Empress. A lot of us in the position where we have to what? Create our life. Again, the Empress. So we have Virgo, we have Leo, we have Taurus and Libra being represented in the Empress, but also understanding that the Empress is the embodiment of all good and possible negative, not so wonderful traits of the queens. Whether this is the Queen of Swords, which is very much Libra. Queen of Swords, Libra energy. This is somebody who's cunning, somebody who's had a lot of past experience, somebody who's intellectual, someone who may be well read, somebody who may be very caring and giving and not quick to be harsh in judgment. But don't tempt her because the Queen of Swords also in her growth is not a people pleaser. She carries her sword and she's ready to cut your head off or to pardon you, whichever one is most prudent, and she will do it. Understand that also. If this is that queen, the other one very much represented here, Taurus. So if this is that Queen of Coin, this is one who's pressed, one who's down to earth, but one who knows right from wrong and not easily moved, quite frankly, never swayed, can be quite stubborn, knows that they're right and going to get the job done. This is a person that has self-determination. The amount of strength just right here in the beginning, I have to tell you that this is someone who's on a divine and purposeful journey. This is not a light reading at all. 3 major arcanas, you may not even realize that there's a calling on your life. You may feel yourself having an urge to learn new things or having a desire to spend time by yourself. You don't even know where it's coming from, especially if you're an extrovert. You seem to like be pulling away because when you pull away from people, that's when you grow. Your journey to becoming a greater person is in the discipline of oneself. And the discipline of oneself is not something that's usually going to happen in a recess environment. It's not going. You can join a dojo, and you can learn in karate, and there will be other people there learning karate, but you will be doing your your punches and your kicks yourself. You will have to learn your stances yourself. Other people will be learning them possibly side by side with you, but the discipline is one that comes from within oneself. This is not a time of idle hands. You understand? This is not a time of just pleasure, but this is a time of self discipline and analyzation and being acutely and keenly aware of your environment. Very serious. But the Leo card is showing up and saying, I am powerful. Not only when I'm angry do they not see. When I'm sad, they do not see. When I'm happy, they do not see. Everything's done with purpose. I live and I walk and I live in my strength. That being said, I produce for my life what it is that I desire. So this is the story that I tell through my actions, not my words. Oh my goodness. This is so freaking powerful right here. The Hermit, the Strength card, the Empress. It is powerful. And then we have, whoa, here's the thing. I see it. Why did that come out upside down? But it did. I'm going to pull the next two cards because I want to see it through. There we go. Major kind of death card in reverse. Somebody may be resisting the change. You're having a battle within oneself. There is a transition that is going to happen. Understand, I was just talking about it just moments ago. If you resist it, it will be more difficult. You may be holding on to parts of your life that you can no longer have moving forward. They're old friends. It's like going through AA meetings. You may be a friend of Bill, you're an alcoholic, you've gone through the treatments, you've gone through all of those things, but you have a relative, a cousin that always likes to drink and always likes to party. And this relationship, but you cannot go to the bar because that's where your temptation is. But you do know you have developed strength. You say, oh, I no longer have a yearning for that. But the temptation and the things that can happen little by little, you chip away. So you have to be very careful and very mindful. King of Cups right here is you growing emotionally. You having your emotions reserved. You may also be attracting in your life somebody else who's more responsible. That being said, I see you growing as an individual, going through the three journeys of your life, especially Scorpio. Very interesting. Scorpio has how many glyphs? Scorpio is the phoenix, right? Scorpio is that phoenix. Scorpio is the scorpion. And Scorpio is the eagle. Imagine Scorpio will self-destruct Scorpion on the lowest level. It can burn, fall to the bottom. It feels like it's burning up. Life has turned on itself like death, and yet it rises again like the phoenix. And here I am, Phoenix rising. I happen to be a Scorpio rising. There you go. I share that with you. You remember it. Maybe you will win a free reading personal one day. So that's why I have the Phoenix rising, Scorpio rising. That is me, my rising sign. Do you know your rising sign? May discuss it next. Here we have King of Cups is very much Scorpion energy, developing something greater. Eagle, living high above, having the ability to see sharp, willing to turn oneself over. Even in old age, they go through a tremendous, tortuous change in order to be able to survive. There's a choice that has to happen. There's a resistance to this change. That being said, you know what you need to do, and you're exercising great self-control. And while you're doing that, you're on a spiritual journey, one of greater understanding within oneself. You are maybe studying your religion, you may be deconstructing a religion, you may be learning about things of life, you may feel a drawing to the occult. And when I say the occult, literally means hidden. It's hidden knowledge. There's things that religion doesn't want you to know, because in order to be in this religion, you're only allowed to practice this. And in order to be in that religion, you're only allowed to practice this. You may have occult knowledge when it comes to history. There's history that's always written from the point of the victor, and you may be digging and delving and learning other things and newer things. You may be spending time meditating, and usually the high priest is actually with a depiction that's commonly used. I'm talking about Coleman's depiction, where the high priestess is sitting there with the book on her lap, but actually the scroll, which is a Torah scroll, which is supposed to be the book of knowledge, understanding from a biblical point of view, Judeo-biblical, whatever point of view, like that. So this is about having that knowledge and understanding it and growing in that knowledge, okay? And I said whatever, not because it is whatever, because I just didn't want to go into a religious tangent. However, it's all important. And understand that you don't have to practice a religion. You don't have to practice Buddhism to understand or learn what the Buddhists understood and find value in it. You don't have to practice Taoism to find out what the Taoists studied and find value in it, or the Sikh, Sikh, or the Muslim, or the Christian, or the Jew, right? You don't have to. Or somebody who didn't have a religious affiliation but lived certain kind of lifestyle. Maybe you learned agriculture from them. Maybe you learned about the treatment of people. You don't have to be Catholic to appreciate the works of Mother Teresa, right? You understand? So this is about having greater understanding and wisdom and spiritual growth. That means I don't belong to the cult, but to the divine. My spirit is open to knowledge and understanding, and I understand where that comes from. This death card in reverse is saying there's some hesitation there. Be mindful in that area. Let's pull. This is okay. And what did I say? When you fight against it, what happens? It's a problem. So a lot of people, because now you're studying, you're getting to understand something, you're getting to know something, you may find that a lot of things that you have known before are lies. It's difficult. And I'm gonna tell you something, and I didn't want to go into the politics, but this is like you've been a supporter of the red hat one, and then you find out that this person has been lying to you, using you, taking the money that you send to them to pay for their legal things, or buying a yacht, or paying off some other stuff, anything other than paying for what you think they're going to pay for, that they collected money from you. And one guy ran off with over $1 million. And while this person was in office, they pardoned them. And then once you start to really pay attention, it's like everything you thought you believed starts to fall apart and crumble. And it becomes overwhelming for you. And that's because it wasn't a good foundation. They leave you to hang out, they leave you to dry. They don't really care about you. And that may be happening in a political sense, but it may also be happening in a personal sense. It may be you attach yourself to a person, your own children, or your own parents, or your own mate, and you find that no matter how many opportunities you have given them, and how much wisdom you have practiced, and no matter how much self-control you have exercised, they take this as a weakness and they misread it. Okay? That being said, you are moving on to a point in your life where you want your own security, your own stability. And so now things are going to change as we move on. Do you see this? As we move on. So there is a little bit of, como tú dices, a revelation, an understanding. Okay? Capricorn energy is out here, so there's an understanding. Understand that there's a lot of Scorpion energy. Literally have these two cards, the Death card and the Tower card are here. This is very, very bombastic Scorpion energy. This is underworld energy. This is deep emotions. This is the dark side of it. This is the shadow work that people talk about. This is dealing with those beliefs from when you were younger, and dealing with the things that you put too much emphasis on. As a matter of fact, some of it is dealing with the idea of living also in the past, that you're going to have to let certain things go. And that's going to be painful for you because you've been living with the idea of I'm a victim. And now you have to take that responsibility for yourself. And it's difficult. And you feel the need to protect yourself. You feel the need to protect what it is that you have accumulated in the world. You may be feeling alone, and so maybe you're attached to your material things, whether it's a car or a pair of sneakers or just your hoop earrings. Who knows? There's something that you're grabbing onto, but you really desire a place of true safety, security, and stability. And that's what you really, really need. And here it is. At times you feel heavy burden, but the truth of the matter is, with all that you've gone through, the benefit of the Ten of Wands, okay, when you get to this point, because this is also Sagittarian energy, is that you have gone out into the world. You've accumulated a lot of experiences. You've done a lot. Wands is about doing. So you've done a lot, and in doing a lot, You have now put yourself in a position that you're on your way home, bringing back that knowledge, bringing back all those things that you have gained. You bring those experiences to the end of a journey. Okay? So tens are always about completion and also it's about beginnings, right? Right? The divine is saying at the bottom of the deck what we didn't see coming was our ability and our responsibility to make choices for our lives, choices for ourselves. Here we are, big Aries energy. This is about which path are we going to choose to take? There's this one, the mountain is closer and it may look like obstacles. But this path, even though it's mostly clear up to there, there's going to be a mountain. There's always going to be an obstacle. This obstacle will be further down the road. You understand? So that being said, it's up to you to decide for yourself. What is it? Which choice will you make? Where is it that you want to go? How is it that you see your life? You know? How is it that you see your life? In in which way do you see your life unfolding? What choices will you be making? You understand? What choices will you be making? I'm trying to find something for you. I'm going to see if I can find it. I don't see it yet. Last time I went live, I did people's birthdays to give them cards that were associated with their birthday. Yes, understand. Here we have this issue again with the Nine of Wands is showing that wishes are being fulfilled. And this time it's not anxiety, but this is somebody refusing to see something. There's going to be a need for you to take the blinders off, deal with reality in order for you to make a right choice. This is something that's going to you're going to be confronted with. Makes sense because we have the death card in reverse. And having the death card in reverse says that there are certain things that people don't want to deal with, but you have to, darling, you have to deal with it. This is just a part of your life. This is a part of, what would you say, you're transitioning. This is a part of your understanding. All of those good things, you know? All of those good things. Trying to find something for you here. Okay, so you're going to have to take responsibility for your life. It's very difficult. This is what it is, okay? But things that you truly desire are going to be there for you. Will you choke once you get it? That's kind of the question, right? Will you choke once you get it? I'm sorry, it's making me do some puzzle thing over here. It's making me slide something over here, and the TikTok is irritating. But there you go. There you go. You're going to have to take a moment, see life for what it is. All the things you desire are those things that you truly want. Now, this has been a major, major kind of reading, even to the point right before then, we have the Hangman, which is saying there's going to be a time of spiritual growth and challenges where you're going to be looking at life from a new perspective. And even though you're going to grow and have things that are going to come to you, you may have been desiring a race car or wanting to buy a race car your whole life. Now you have a family and you have the ability to buy the race car, but you might find yourself purchasing a minivan. You understand? Because life changes, and so you have to make those changes with your life. I'm going to move all of the minor arcanas. There's so many major arcanas here. It's saying there's so much growth. King of Cups here, emotional stability, security, and development. I absolutely love that. So, as we can see, we have the Hermit card. Underneath the Hermit card, we have the Death card in reverse. I was talking about this as the idea that when it's time to make a change, this is the wisdom. I started out talking about the Serenity Prayer. This is you not wanting to make that change. The Death card is like, it's supposed to be a natural transition, letting go of the old in order to allow something new. This is saying, I really don't want to let it go. If you don't let it go, it will destroy you. Bad habits, bad people, bad thinking. Thinking, it will destroy you. In some way, revelation will be difficult for you, but growth happens in moving forward. That being said, we have the strength card. You're stronger than you've ever been. You're creating your truth and your reality, so they're making your life more beautiful. And you're getting more knowledge. And it is through getting this knowledge that you are going through some mental pains, but you're going through a greater growth. And you're going to find your life more valuable. How do we know? You're having wishes fulfilled in the end. Although you still have your blinders on a bit, your life is truly going to be what you choose for it to be. That's what it is. Major. Everything here is major. So if you feel like you don't have control of anything and you've chosen this deck, what you feel is your reality. And that last major arcana that I happened to see was this one. You're gaining new perspective and insight. There's spiritual growth and understanding. Okay, 12th house is activated. 12th house is activated. So I'm just mixing up these cards. I'm just like, boom, just grabbing cards and see, And so this way I'm trying to not have all these major comments together. Absolutely beautiful reading. We're about to head up to our next and last deck. I hope you're finding this reading very helpful for you. I hope it's giving you clarity or giving you understanding, or maybe you're just enjoying the stories. However it's working for you, maybe it's reminding you of something. That's fine. Nobody's here by chance. You are divinely led. It doesn't matter where you are in your life, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. We're all on our journey. We all have our calling. We all have our purpose. That being said, here we are, Hermetic Tarot. This is the last deck, the last reading for tonight. And here we are. Do you see that? And this is the Hermetic deck. And I'm going to pull this over. I didn't even realize it's so late. Queen of Cups, straight out. Queen of the Thrones of Waters. I like this because this is Cancer. My mother happens to be a Cancer. And she went through some great difficulty. I prayed for her on my own. I don't know if anybody else has. And I know that my prayers have been answered thus far. Here we are. This is a person who's supposed to be a nurturer. This is about self-care. It's about loving of others. This is about an initiator of that mothering instinct. That mothering instinct is one that provides life and care and protection. Okay, to put it plainly. Three of Wands. Again, we have this Aries energy moving forward. I like these cards, so I'll tell you what it reads. Lord of established strength. So you establish your strength in the sign of Aries. It says, I know who I am and my purpose. And so I'm deciding what it is that I want to have moving forward in my life. Right now in your life is about you're on a self journey of healing yourself and healing those you come in contact with, okay? Wheel of Fortune, look at you living in your power, you're healing self and healing others. The fortunes are changing in your favor. It's raised Lord of the forces of life. And so fortunes may be changing. In all of our life, we have ebb and flows. You have good days, you have bad days for the most part. There's some people that have never seen a good day in their life, and that's a reality. And for that, I say Baruch Hashem, because that is not me. Where I've had devastating times, but I've lived a life full to this day where I know I've been major blessed as well. And so have you. You are here with me right now alive. And so things are going to be moving in your favor. They're going to be challenging moments. But through the self-care in this journey, it's time for you to live and walk in your power and move forward. So from Cancer, that place of love, that house of mothering instincts and mothering children, that's where that is. And then to Three of Wands, which is Aries, headstrong, long. This is me living in my full ego. Don't you know how beautiful I am? And I'm always right. Don't make me fight you. And look at how my life is changing. Now I'm starting to change for the better. Five of Wands, Lord of Strife. What did I tell you about the fives? Gerbura. This is that place. This is that place where you learn lessons. Okay, you've learned some hard lessons. And in this lesson, when you are on a self-healing journey, you have to forgive yourself. This is so difficult. You have to forgive others. You have to let things go. This is not easy. There's some people who are really good at saying it, and they act like it's just like something and it's easy. No, But if you practice prayer every day, if you practice affirmations every day, if you meditate, if you focus on the things that are good in your life, does it become easier? Absolutely. Is it easy? Absolutely never. No wonder it's after 1 in the morning. I am so sorry to have you here so late. For those of you who are up here with me late. Nine of Swords, so here you are, heavily burdened, so conflicted, not sleeping well, Lord of despair and cruelty. Some of us have been betrayed by others, and some of us have betrayed ourselves. I know where I fall in this is feeling personal. I'm not one that deals with self deception or self destruction. I'm a very sober person. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do certain things are just not for me. I do my best to be my best, and it's not always perceived that way. Some people think I think I'm too good, and other people think that I'm not good enough, even though I'm self sacrificing to the point of stupid. I have been. No longer am I that person. And quite frankly, I'm happier for it. Where are you in this journey? Where are you in this journey? Ace of Cups is coming. So Nine of Swords, if you find that you've been having a lot of sleepless nights, moving into Virgo season, there's a lot that you are unpacking. And you need to give it to the divine and allow yourself to be open to receive the gifts that are coming to you. Because the Ace of Cups, I call it my Psalm 23 card. Okay? For those of you who don't know, just understand that during that difficult time when you feel like you're by yourself, that the blessings are going to come, that your enemies, the ones who have laid traps for you and made life difficult for you, that they're going to watch you eat at a table of feast. They're going to watch you be victorious even though they were planting traps for you. They're going to fall into them. They're going to be right there. Some of the enemies you know, some of them you don't know. And when that table is set for you in front of your enemies, when it reads that your cup runs over in that Psalm 23, that's the blessings, the pouring out. That is this Ace of Cups. Do you see the Ace of Cups? Do you see how the water is overflowing? Do you see the water overflowing, my friend? Do you see this? This is the cup overflowing, okay? The Ace of Cups, Lord of the root of the powers of water. Lord of the root of the powers of water. Know that water is life affirming and water can also kill you. You can drown in water, right? It can bring you life. You develop in the sack of water, and we are made mostly of water. And so just think about all of that. Yet a big body of water can overtake you. But we're talking about a flooding coming into your life that's going to bless you, that's going to elevate you, that's going to rise your boat. Okay, that's going to bring you to a higher level. That's going to have you emotionally overwhelmed in a wonderful way. Okay? Here we have Knight of Swords. This is one that brings in energy, brings in messages. Four of Wands. I like this is stability. And then we have this one is the universe. The universe, like the world card, is about going into something greater. Now here it is, the Knight of Swords, very much Gemini energy, Lord of the winds and breezes. This is somebody that comes in quickly and swiftly, may give you a lot of pressure to move forward. This may be information that you've been looking for, and you may have to be quick to jump on it. In this case, it's something that you've been looking for and you've been fighting for. When the opportunity comes, make sure that you are prepared. If you are prepared, you are going to have great success because the Four of Wands is here, which is the card of Aries, Lord of perfected work. We must remember that for the Four of Wands moving forward. The 1111 card, Lord of perfected work. That's why we know that this is good foundation. We sit here and the divine is letting you know you're anxious for nothing. You are anxious for nothing because literally everything you need, I have for you. Whether you believe in God, because if you do, God has it for you. Whether you believe in energies and you don't call it God, because that's what we call the energy that we don't know the creator of all things. What you cannot see, that is which is omnipresent, which is omniscient, which is all knowing, which is everywhere. You can just say the universe. The universe, that big expansion out there, something that I do not know, something that is greater than I. That energy that you have been putting out into the world is going to come back to you, and it is great. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups in the universe. The Wheel of Fortune is a change of everything. Now it's going to come into focus for you. Ace of Cups, those blessings are coming out, and it's going to be your opportunity to take advantage of them. But what the universe is saying, with the Wheel of Fortune universe, these are two what? Well, we know major arcanas. These are energies you have no control over. Things are going to change, and this is going to be a life altering, world changing event for you and for me. And I claim it in the positive. I claim it with everything that's all good. Let me see. You guys can't see so clearly there a little bit. Let me move it over just a little bit. Four. This the Knight of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Universe. Okay. We move that over just a little bit so people over here in TikTok land can see. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups, and the Universe. This is what we have in that third row. The divine is saying that all good things are coming to you. Be prepared, my loves. Be prepared. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, what do we have here? What is this? What is this? Those of you who know, you know. Okay? The Chariot. The Chariot is who? The Chariot is the major arcana for who? The major arcana for the Queen of Cups is the Chariot. This is the card of Cancer. This is about victory. This is about being driven, and it's about what? Having control, taking control of the reins, manifesting and creating, not allowing your power to be given to someone else, living in that greatness that you have, understanding that this is your time. You are promised to have victory if you so choose. This is Lord of the Triumph of Light. Can you read Lord of the Triumph of Light? This is where you are. Wow. Before Lord of the Triumph of Light, we have Lord of Earthly Power, which is the Four of Pentacles. This is the card that I usually explain of you creating your security and stability. Some of you will receive an inheritance. Some of you will hit lotto. You will strike it rich. Some of you will help the right person. You will receive recognition in an untimely manner. But it's because you're on this journey of self-care, you are forgiving, you're looking towards your future. And even though you're anxious for things, you need not be so anxious. Just be prepared to take advantage. Stay in a good fight. Okay, Queen of Pentacles has shown up again. Here's my beautiful, beautiful Taurus energy. This is Queen of the Thrones of Earth. This is about having great stability and security in one's life. This is, like I said, this is that perfect home. This is that place of loving. This is that place of security. This is that place where you know who you are, where you're made to feel strong. This is that place where you're driven to to the position in your life of strength. This is a home of consistency. This is a place of stability with the Queen of Pentacles. We have Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and the Chariot. The Chariot here is the major arcana. This is the drive. It's also guaranteed for success because all we have to do is keep our eyes on the road. What was then a chariot today is a car. You are driving that car. Where that car goes is going to be up to you. What do you have to do while you drive that car? Just make sure you refuel when you need to. Make sure you get the oil change when you need to. Maintain. You have to maintain it, right? Top performance. Maintain your life. Don't allow it to get away from you. Stay focused. You can't drive your car and the guy next to you's car at the same time. So this is about keeping that stamina, keeping that drive, staying focused on what's important to you. Last row here, all the way through, even including the last row of what you don't see coming from the bottom of the deck is now we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups, the Universe, and the Chariot. The Ace of Cups, like I said, is my Psalm 23 card. So we know those blessings are coming in. It's just a reaffirmation of the Wheel of Fortune. So just know that even though life has been difficult, the promise is that great things are coming to you. With the Wheel of Fortune, the Universe, and then the Chariot, the only thing that's going to stop you from winning is you. In other words, you can't lose, okay? All you're going to do is win, 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 win. The only thing that can stop you is you. I want you to remember that. The only thing that can stop you is you. Absolutely every reading here was about taking back your power. Most of it had some major events. Only one deck didn't have a major event that was happening, and it was saying that you are fully living in your power. So know that today and moving forward, you are not taking any shorts. And when it comes to life, choose you. Choose you. Be your best self, and then don't allow someone who comes in as less than their best selves to come into your life. That being said, we are all a work in progress. So if you are in the process of making yourself good, You can't drag along, especially if you are the weaker one in the position. You cannot afford to have someone in your life who's going to pull you down. But someone else who's actively working on bettering their lives. When I say actively, not coming to you with a dream and a song, but somebody's actually doing their thing. And be careful. And on this note, I'm going to leave it. Watch out for the hobosexuals. And we all know what a hobosexual is. And if you don't know, understand those are all those who couldn't commit to anybody until it starts to get cold and they need some place to live and they don't have a home and they never have enough money. They just have just a little bit or so much to contribute. Watch out for them. When you go to work, if somebody moves into your house, especially if you are not the provider in the relationship, you are not the deemed masculine, the leader of that situation, don't allow somebody else to lay up in your house. That's it. That being said, okay? So even if you have a divine feminine and you're the divine masculine in your households and you're the provider and you take pride in that, help that person to understand that in this house, when I go out, I'm not being chauvinistic if I expect to have a cooked meal or I'm expecting laundry to be done or I'm expecting the floors to be swept. That's a part of the contract, the relationship contract. We all pull some weight here. Okay, we all work together. Some work outside, some work inside. But don't allow anybody to just come and suck up your resources and not add to your life in a positive way. All right, be very careful. There's a lot of slick people. Everybody got a story. Heck, I got mine. Feel free to, like I said, if you'd like to donate, you can. You don't have to. I hope you enjoyed the reading because it was worth a lot. Each private reading is $55, so I've given you guys a lot. I want you to know that that's the only reason I share that with you, and I care. And I want you to know that I send you all peace, love, harmony, and joy. Every good thing. Make sure you tap the screen on your way out. Have an absolutely fabulous evening. It's already after 1 o'clock in the morning where I am. And I must go. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much. You have an absolutely wonderful evening, okay? And if you're not following, make sure you follow me for the next time I go live, okay? And invite other people. Oh, somebody wrote, just followed you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Lala, that's you. Can I see? Am I seeing your name right? Yes, Lala. And so the next time I go live, you'll be here. If you have anything that you would like, next time I probably won't do 5 decks so late in the evening. Maybe I'll just do 3. But this way, when you get to choose the deck, it's like you choosing for your own personal reading. And if any of it resonated with you, hey, let me know. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, absolutely wonderful rest of your evening. I wish you guys, no matter where you are, thank you so much, sweetheart. No matter where you are, I wish you to have peace in your land, harmony in your home, love in your life, and may you prosper in every good thing, in every good area of your life. May you have good health, because without health, you have nothing. And may you all grow rich in all the ways that matter. Okay? Mm. That's including your pocketbook. I won't short you. Thank you. Okay, so that's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Russia, today, we stand on the precipice of a monumental revelation, a moment that redefines not only our understanding of history, but also the path forward for our great nation. In an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath centuries of lore and legend, we have opened what can only be described as the oldest vault known to mankind. What we found within its ancient confines challenges the very fabric of our beliefs and heralds a new dawn for our country.